You need a system to provide information to management, so an MIS. So by the time you understand and define all those various systems, then the next question is, how would the systems talk to each other? How would the systems exchange information? Now, in the past, most of the systems would talk point to point. And that means if there's a break in one, you have wires that are tangled all over the place. Now, that was what it was in the past. But in today's world, you now talk about having an enterprise bus or a pipe into which the various systems can then connect. And so once the systems connect to that pipe or to that bus, then easily they can be activated or activated by any other system. And so when you put such a pipe in, that reduces the complexity. Now, how does that promote agility? It then means that if you want to change any system, you just unplug that system from that bus and you can plug it back, as opposed to you having to unplug that system from various other systems to which it has had some point-to-point connection. And so technology, if you do the planning well and you have that enterprise architecture, allows you to have that bus where everybody, all the systems can connect to. And so that promotes flexibility, that promotes agility, and of course that ensures simplicity. And it's then easier to maintain and to continue to use.
Digital banking is a buzzword that's increasingly being heard in the banking industry. No doubt the trend is mostly positive as it reduces the need for human interactions and reduces costs. Good news for the banks, but it also means fewer jobs as we increasingly digitize traditional banking activities like deposits, accounts, management, loan. It's not going to go away. And fewer jobs means stiffer competition.
Maybe not, if I can jump in.
Okay, please.
If not. So if you think about it, some decades ago, we didn't have automated teller machines. We didn't have internet banking, and all we had was you having to walk to the branch and cash your check over the teller. And so we had lots of tellers. And as population increases, as the number of bank customers increases, we then have these huge queues in the banking hall. Now, fast forward to today, we have ATM machines. Of course, we have reduced number of bank tellers, but guess what? We've now created new jobs. So we have people involved in manufacturing ATM machines. We have new jobs that have been created in installing and in maintaining the ATM machines. We have new jobs created even in security, watching over these ATM machines, in moving cash from the vault into the ATM machines. So different set of jobs have been created that didn't exist before. So I would argue that technology destroys some jobs and some roles, but net it allows us to create much more number of jobs and new roles.
And makes our lives easier.
Absolutely. So the consumer convenience is unbelievable. And so the roles of tomorrow, the jobs of tomorrow, you and I don't know.
Which was going to be my next question. What are the jobs of the future?
The jobs of the future, really, I don't know. I mean, if I can predict that, then I'll be rich.
You'll be making a lot.
I'll make a lot of money. But what I say to people is, from what we see, if you think 4-5 years ahead, a number of jobs I think will be important. The first will be IT security, because now we're doing a lot of things online, and there will be security attacks, there will be hacks and co. And so the companies need to also protect their own technology infrastructure. So security, IT security will continue to be a job that is high in demand going forward. How would a company ensure that the customer gets the same unique and interesting experience, irrespective of the channel of interaction? The same experience I would like to get when I walk into the banking hall, I should get when I'm using the ATM, I should get when I'm using mobile banking. And so there'll be persons involved in just designing the entire customer experience. Soft touches, but ensuring that the customer gets the same brand experience across different channels. So to my mind, I think those are three of the jobs that we'll continue to see.
How much more disruption is IT going to cause in the banking sector in the next 5 years, for example?
I think we can't begin to imagine it, frankly. We can't begin to imagine how technology would disrupt banking, but we can guess of what can happen in a few areas. So today, people talk about robotics process automation. So if you go to an average call center, it's full of human agents. 1,001 persons receiving calls and answering calls. What we're seeing now is the use of robots instead of human beings who will analyze the calls and respond to the calls, especially to the basic repetitive calls. And 75% of calls to call center are such that robots can answer and attend to. So that would dramatically change the nature of call centers that banks use today. Again, another area where one expects to see disruption in banking, it's like what has happened in the hospitality industry, what is happening in the transportation industry. So the highest capitalized hospitality company today, Airbnb, doesn't have any physical infrastructure. It's not an Hilton, it's not a Marriott, it's just a computer company. We all use Uber, at least in Lagos and Abuja in Nigeria, for transportation. So Uber is the highest capitalized transportation company, yet doesn't own one taxi. So tomorrow, we may as well see that our banks will not be institutions that have banking licenses the way we know it today, but they could be technology companies. So that every cell phone could become a bank that allows you to do transfers, that allows you to do withdrawals, that allows you to do pass instructions across. And I think that progressively is where we're getting to.